we welcome you into the Jim Myers Gymnasium here at Logan High School. A regional final and a trip to the Final Four on tap for us here on this Saturday afternoon. Dewey Daly along with Shane Combs. Glad to have you with us as the South Webster Jeeps are looking to take on the Meadowbrook Colts once again in a regional final matchup. We've seen both of these teams, South Webster, actually 3 times on the year. We got to see Meadowbrook take down Nelsonville on Thursday. I feel like it's safe to say 2 of the best teams we've seen this season, Shane.
No question, very complete. The very few holes, very few weaknesses throughout the roster, and you highlighted it well there. It should be just an incredible atmosphere, as obviously South Webster is going a little double duty today with the soccer team in action, and you look for that side to fill up here real quick in the next 15 minutes. And obviously Meadowbrook well represented down here below us in the orange. And watching these 2 teams play the other night, play with great pace. I thought serving was really, really important in what they do. We'll highlight that throughout today. And I think we're in for a great matchup. And obviously with what's on the line, one of those rare things, opportunity for a young lady here to play on the biggest stage there at Wright State, that's exciting.
Yep, the winner of this afternoon's regional final will head to the Final Four, where they'll face the winner of Archbishop McNicholas and Cincinnati Country Day. The state semifinal is next Thursday at Wright State. The game between this winner and the winner of Archbishop McNicholas and Cincinnati Country Day would be at noon. I believe that is the early game, as the next one would be at 2 o'clock. So early start times next Thursday at the Nutter Center.
Yeah, they rotate that around. You get your semifinals Thursday, Friday, and then obviously the championship Saturday there, which will be Veterans Day, so that'll be a cool thing where, a chance for volleyball fans throughout the weekend. I know my wife and I enjoy each year getting an opportunity to go over there and watch some high-level volleyball. So that makes me appreciate these 2 teams, because I can promise you that this particular region is going to be well represented, because these are 2 really, really good teams. I thought the other night they both took off right around the second set of their respective matches. And as I said there a second ago, I thought it was all based on some of the serving. I thought they started to really serve at their opponent with some difficulty. Adina and Nelsonville in those respective matches, after winning the first set, unable to kind of stay in system, and you just kind of watched Meadowbrook and South Webster take over their matches. So exciting. I think there's some really good individual matchups we'll highlight as we go, but this is going to be a treat for sure. Yeah,
that is one thing I was going to get into, is that both of these teams win in the regional semifinal round in 4 after dropping the initial set. It was really pretty similar 2 games as the Jeep mascot walks in. That's the first time I've seen that. We have to get a picture with the Jeep at some point.
Let me interrupt for a second, because I know all of our listeners want to know. You had mentioned last week there with the Jeep. Did you ever utilize that in your Halloween costume at all?
I did not, but I tell you what, if the Jeep hangs out here long enough, on the end of the camera. If the Jeep hangs out long enough, we might have to get a picture with him as he sits down near the South Webster. Man, I tell you what, that's my favorite mascot. I love it. Even on the scoreboard as well. That made my day a little bit more. I've seen South Webster a few times this year. That's the first time, and the best time as any is regional final matchup. I would assume if they were to win tonight, he would make the trip over to over to the Nutter Center as well.
Yeah. Well, and again, as we go back to the volleyball, you'll have to excuse, if you didn't catch us last week at Waverly, Dewey was he turned completely fan there at the mascot and loving the Jeep. So, but yeah, when you talk about today's matchup on some of those individuals, I think you have some outstanding setter play on both sides. I thought the young setter Sishna for Meadowbrook really settled into the match the other day, and then we've talked about Bella Claxton over and over, and how special she is, and her ability to do some things. And then Kelser will come in and set across the back row there as well, giving Claxton a chance to swing. So really high-level setting play. I think it'll come down to who can pass it on target off some of these tough serves. And that'll be something we really highlight here, especially early in the match, to see who can settle in.
And even keeping it with Meadowbrook, you can highlight the service line time for Avery Black is really a big part in that second set against Nelsonville for the Colts.
Yeah, Avery really did. She got it going at the line the other night, hitting some nice deep ones and hitting some back corners, and that'll be something to watch in that particular rotation tonight, because she was outstanding the other day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a great country.
We'll pause for a moment for the national anthem.
America, and in respect for all who have served this great country to defend these freedoms, you are invited to stand and sing our national anthem.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Hey everyone, Mike Glockner
I'm Brandon Callahan.
of the all-new Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Service Center in Portsmouth, Ohio. We have a $39.95 oil change special going on right now. That includes a free tire rotation and free multi-point inspection. Schedule your appointment online at glocknercdjr@portsmouth.com.
Introductions moments away here from the Jim Myers Gymnasium in this Division III regional final between the undefeated 26-0 South Webster Jeeps and the 22-5 Meadowbrook Colts. Both teams the #1 seeds from their regions, as from their districts, I should say, as South Webster is the 1 seed out of, I believe, the Southeast 1 district, and then Meadowbrook out of the East, also the 1 seed. We'll take a quick glance at the tournament outcomes so far for both of these teams, at least more recently for Meadowbrook. But we'll start with South Webster, 3-0 over Wellston, winning straight sets over Alexander and Meigs in the district final, and 3-1 over Edina on Thursday. And then really only have up to the district final for Meadowbrook, with 3-0 over Union Local in the district final and 3-1 over Nelsonville York in the regional semis.
Yeah, on the Meadowbrook side, in the sectional there beat Zanesville and St. Clairsville, and then Yorksville and Belmont, Union Local there in the district championship. That was the Claymont and then Union Local in the district tournament. Yeah, so we were talking just the other night about the way they went out and pushed themselves late in the year in the schedule, and it really shows up. They actually lost 4 of their last 6 regular season contests, which, you know, for a team with their overall record, you'd be like, oh, wow, that's not the way you want to go in the tournament. But you got to understand that was against the likes of New Lexington, Olin, Tangi, Gahanna, Lincoln, and Bishop Watterson. So they're really getting out and pushing themselves to a different level before they come into the tournament. And obviously that primed them and had them ready for this type of stage here today.
And the starting lineup
Now, the one observation I did make the other night, I did see a little bit of nerves in the first set for Meadowbrook, so I'm sure that's something that they want to try to avoid today. I thought they made some unforced errors. I thought Nelsonville played a really good set, but I thought Meadowbrook certainly a little bit deer in the headlight at first, but man, when they settled in, they really took off, and I think that'll be a big thing to watch today, to see if they can kind of hit the ground running, if you will, right from the start.
Well, you know, we've mentioned how we had a chance to see Meadowbrook a season ago when they moved on to the state tournament, a pretty senior-heavy group that graduated. So while there's a lot of upperclassmen on this team, it's a lot of new faces.
Well, it's one thing to dress. It's one thing to take in the experience, warm up, maybe play a small role even. And then it's another thing when it's your turn to quarterback it all, or to be that all-around player, or to be the elite server, or so forth. And again, it didn't take them long, but I thought that did impact the first 10 to 15 serves of the match the other night, and really aided Nelsonville in taking that 1-0 lead.
Well, and you know, that's big for South Webster when you have players like Bella Claxton and Skylar Zimmerman, who I believe their class has been to the regional title game 3 of the last 4 years, last year being the only year out of their high school careers. That is the class of 2024, where they didn't make it there, and you know, they dropped the game to Adina, and then this matchup last year, Meadowbrook still here, South Webster in the spot of Adina.
Well, we highlighted it the other night. The South Webster group, they're winners. A lot of them are multi-sport athletes, and you know, they win. They have great culture. Just think about today. Why the time change today? You know, you have a boys soccer team playing at this high level. So it's just one of those things throughout the school. If you go through, you know, the baseball program, some of the basketball programs, and some of the different things they've done, there's just a lot of winning going on down there. So that type of culture really starts to spread like wildfire. And I would think that you're exactly right that this particular group of young ladies representing them today here on the Elite Eight stage have had a lot to do with that.
Sophomore, number 6, Sydney Kessler. Junior, number
One name I mentioned the other night for people that weren't tuned in, if you haven't had a chance to see Addie Claxton play, the sophomore libero for Southwest, she's special. I mean, you know, obviously and rightfully so, Bella Claxton gets a lot of headlines, and she's incredible. She'll impact the match in all sorts of different ways. But the libero wearing the red today for South Webster, Addie Claxton, she's obviously a great passer, but she's just got a little spunk about her. She's got some leadership. You can tell that she just kind of understands how to be a great teammate, extension of the coach on the floor, and I really, really enjoyed watching her throughout the year. This is about the 6th or 7th time I've seen South Webster now, and I think she'll impact this match in a positive way, because I think serve receive is going to be so important.
First serve moments away here at the Jim Myers Gymnasium at Logan High School, our second trip to the home of the Chiefs in 2 days. Well, check that, 3 days.
Atmosphere starting to pick up. Again, if you weren't aware of the time change, it had a lot to do with South Webster trying to support 2 different groups today, and you can see South Webster getting more and more inside here from out at the soccer game, where the Meadowbrook has been a little, this side's been a little bit more full of the orange. Pretty good student section down here to our left on the near side as well. So again, based on what we watched from these 2 student sections the other night, they're certainly going to support their particular teams really, really well here this afternoon.
Both teams ready to go. The junior Lauren Coltenbach set to get us going here. 2:59 rolling on 3 o'clock. Perfect start time here from the Jim Myers Gymnasium. And we are underway. Sitchna right down the middle. Taylor Sitchna gets the Colts on the board.
Great start for the Colts. You get a pass on target. You give your best hitter a chance to swing and settle into the match. Again, after the way they started the other night, that's got to feel really good to see something positive happen.
Launder serves it away. Claxton setting near side. Zimmerman over with the right hand. Kept alive by Nicola. far side attack. Launder back over to the Jeeps. Right down the middle. Tipped over by Crum. She drops it in.
Yeah, Crum the lefty. It's interesting to see how the setter pushes that ball out in front a little bit more when they're coming across the body there to give the lefty the best opportunity to swing.
Claxon serves it away, knotted up at one, gets the ace. 2-1 Jeeps.
We talked about, and I'm sure it'll factor in because it factors in every volleyball match, the tough serving of both sides and what serve receive can be up to the challenge.
Another serve from Claxon. Sichna setting up far side for Launder. Can't stick it in. Caught out of rhythm.
Yeah, you see over on the Meadowbrook side, just kind of letting them know, let's go, let's pick it up a little bit. They're a team that likes to really, really go fast, to play low, and that particular time setter and hitter not on the same page.
Overpass off the serve receive. Sichna back setting near side. Taylor Sichna down the line. Her second kill of the set.
Yeah, probably one South Webster like to have back. I believe that was Zimmerman up there at the net. Had a chance on the overpass to really make a play on it. Got caught in between. If you're unable to throw it straight down with the two hands, you're probably better off keeping it on your side and going on the attack.
Taylor Sichna back to serve. Claxon back setting. Crum left hand. Yes. 4-2 Jeeps.
Yeah, that's one of the Division III best. Bella Claxon showing off her ability as a setter. She can really keep a defense off balance at the net, the way she can move the ball up and down the net.
First serve for Addie Claxon here tonight. Sichna near side. Black kept alive by the Jeeps. Now the Jeeps, that's Rayner down the lane, kept alive by the Colts. Gets the kill, far side, Carly Launder. 4-3.
Pretty good start on both sides. I don't sense the nerves. I feel like both teams have settled in, playing really hard. Off to a good start.
Avery Black serves it away, down by one, too far of the back line. 5-3, back to South Webster.
That's one of those you'll live with because, again, you highlighted Dewey in the opening and how she can really take over a set with her serve. So that one just barely going long. You're going to live with that as a coach.
Sichna back setting near side for Launder. Violation on the Jeeps. 5-4.
A little bit of an unforced error there. Just caught a little bit of the net there.
Carly Launder back to serve. Tight to the neck, gets the ace. Nobody home for the second touch. Knotted up at 5. Launder serves it away. Set near side. Zimmerman over with the right hand. Sichna now far side set for Norman. Off the net, Claxon, right-handed roll shot. Now Sichna for the Colts. Back to Norman, right hand, blocked at the net by Raynard. Off the net attack, this time from Launder. Gets it to go. First lead for the Colts here in set one.
Utilizing a little of the back row attack there. Again, it's so fun to watch Meadowbrook transition off the net. Their hitters work really, really hard to go get ready to go and go fast.
Claxon setting for Raynard down the lane. Gets the kill. Norman running out of room to her own bench, unable to get it back into play. Knotted up at 6.
Dewey, you and I both talked about Raynard a couple times. She'll appear at first glance to be just a little undersized for the middle, but she's so athletic and goes so quick that she plays off that low set. Difficult to defend.
Serve from Kessler is into the net. 7-6 lead for the Colts.
Yeah, it looked like she was just trying to hit a short spot there and caught top the net.
Sichna back setting for Taylor Sichna. Just does tap it over with the right hand. Kessler near side. Claxon down the line. Gets the kill. Tied up at 7.
Yeah, Meadowbrook trying to go to a little slide action, it looked like, and just didn't have a real good timing. And then what happens oftentimes when you're running that action, you're slow to react offensively, and South Webster takes advantage.
Raynard serves it away, too strong. Back to the Colts, up by 1. 8-7.
Back-to-back service errors there, South Webster. Again, you don't mind them if you're doing risk-reward, but sometimes they're just errors.
Claxton setting for Crum right down the lane, off the block. Crum back over to the Colts. Now Sichna down the lane, blocked at the net by the Jeeps. Tied up at 8.
Yeah, and to clarify what I'm saying there, I mean, they're obviously statistically all errors, but my point is if you're trying to hit a spot or if you're trying to really go at something aggressively and you just miss, you live with those. Others are just simply juiced up a little bit and serving it long or serving it wide.
Sichna down the lane with the right hand. Kessler and Claxton run into each other. Jeeps with a free ball. Far side, Norman kept alive. Claxton over on the second touch, sneaks it in. Jeeps up by 1, 9-8.
Nicely done.
Colton Bach serves it away. Sichna back to the middle of the floor, off the net. Launder back over to South Webster. Zimmerman on the attack. Kept alive by Nicola. Back over, free ball. Crum, big swing, too strong. Tied up at 9.
Right idea for the Jeeps. Open net, open spot. Just tried to be a little fine with it in the back corner, and it just sailed about a ball long.
Tied up at 9. Claxton near side. Zimmerman taps it over. A nice play by Sichna. Now Launder, big swing from the far side. Jeeps keep it going. Now Zimmerman on the attack. Can't stick it in the right corner. Jeeps wanting a tip. Nothing there. 10-9.
That was some outstanding defense. Meadowbrook starting with their setter, Sichna there to pop it up in the air.
Claxton a back set. Crum down the line, ties it up at 10. Back and forth it goes in set 1.
Big time swing from the lefty. Again, I highlighted that the other night. The ability with the left-handers over there on what is the weak side or the back side. They're coming in like the strong side hitter. And that was really well done.
Sichna far side. Launder down the line, can't stick it in. Just far of the back line, extremely close to fitting it in.
Again, even with the mistake, I like the aggressive swing on both sides.
(11-10) South Webster lead. Sichna back to the middle of the floor, over by Taylor Sichna. Tight to the net on the overpass. The Colts dunk it back in. Taylor Sichna ties it at 11.
That was outstanding by the setter to go get that, and I liked how the hitters trusted. I thought that's where, like Adina got in trouble a little bit the other night, is they started struggling serve receive. The hitters stopped trusting it and stopped getting ready to hit.
Claxton setting for Crum, too strong. Advantage Meadowbrook, 12-11.
A lot of times what happens is when you start to struggle and serve receive, they start to freeze.
Sichna with the ace.
Big time serve there. They start to freeze and they don't go get ready to hit. Well, then the setter like there goes and makes a nice play and pops it back up in the play, and you got to be ready to go.
13-11 Meadowbrook. Taylor Sichna serves it away. Back to the near side. Roll shot from Zimmerman. Gets it to go. 13-12.
Zimmerman's so good at changing the pace. Obviously can hammer away, but she's a creative shot maker. She'll go with some rolls and some pushes and some different things. She kind of shows that off there.
Sichna on the second touch, far side. This is Stoney, too strong to the back line. Tied up once again, this time at 13.
Yeah, again, you look all the way up and down the score tracker here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ties now, and we're just at 13. So gives you an idea of the even matchup we anticipated.
Sichna back setting for Launder. She gets the kill. Colts back out in front, 14-13.
You'll notice the depth on both rosters and all the different names that Dewey's calling out for you throughout the day.
Black serves it away, down the lane, Raynard. Can't get it to go, Sichna, far side, Launder. Kept alive by Kaltenbach, now the Jeeps. Smith, her first kill attempt of the night. Overpass on the second touch by Nicola, back over to the Colts. Free ball from Launder. At the net, tipped over by Zimmerman, kept alive by Avery Black. Free ball from Launder. At the net, Raynard. Blocked, kept alive by Claxon. Claxon over on the second touch. Down the lane, Stoney, digged from Claxon. Now Smith with the left hand, long rally. Far side, Launder ends it. 15-13, Meadowbrook.
Outstanding volleyball both ways, even when it was the free ball situation. You had some really good defense coming back and forth at them.
Jeeps keep it alive, nearly a point for the Colts. Now Stoney knocks it through. 16-13, the largest lead of the set for Meadowbrook. Timeout, South Webster.
That is textbook Meadowbrook right there. If you haven't had a chance to see them play, you pick it up in a hurry. This is a team that likes to play really, really low, really, really fast. And that time, you see the setter and the hitter on the same page. That quick action in the middle, it's almost like she's taking the ball right out of the hand of the setter, and the defense just doesn't have a chance to set or react.
16-13 lead for the Colts in set number one. Both teams dropping the first set of their regional semifinal matches before rallying off 3 straight set wins to advance to the Elite Eight here on this Saturday. That set lost by Webster in the regional semifinal, their one and only set loss so far in the tournament. I believe the same can be said for Meadowbrook. Black serves it away, up by 3. Nearly an ace, back over by Claxon on the free ball. Down the lane, Stoney gets it to go. 17-13.
Remember, Black had served it long earlier, just barely off the back line. That time she goes with a little softer floater, kind of settles her into the match here. Let's see, the other night she was really mixing and matching her serve well and hitting some tough spots.
Claxon setting for Raynard. She tips it over with the right hand. Now the other way, Launder gets the kill. 5-point lead for the Colts, 18-13.
Great vision from the setter. You could see that the middle block was way too late getting out there. She pushes it out there on a lower set and gets the open net.
Another serve from Black, overpass by Zimmerman, back over to the Colts. Sichna, far side, Launder, yes!
Great patience from Stoney. That was one I was talking about earlier. Her first instinct was to go up on that overpass and play it with 2. She realized she wasn't going to be able to throw it. Now she keeps it on her side, and then they're able to go on the attack and get the kill.
Meadowbrook by 6. The serve from Black is long. Lead down to 5. Back to South Webster.
Again, you'd think at 26-0 you haven't faced much adversity, but the times I've watched South Webster go through some adversity in their matches, the maturity and the focus has been really, really good.
Sichna back setting for Launder. She drops it in. The Colts, the first to 20 in set 1.
Meadowbrook able to get that pace going far, far quicker than they were the other night in their semifinal match.
Serve from Launder off the mark. Back down to 5, 20-15. Kessler in for Marin Smith. She'll go back to serve. Tight serve from Kessler. Nice play by Nicola. Stoney on the attack, gets the kill. The junior pushes it to 6.
Yeah, big-time swing out of the middle there from Stoney, giving him a nice 3 rotations across the front there.
Nicola serves it away, up by 6 at the net. Kessler called for a violation. 7-point lead for the Colts. Timeout, South Webster.
The biggest takeaway so far, Dewey, is probably Meadowbrook's ability to get into that fast tempo that they like to play with, and it's kind of just been able to knock South Webster out of rhythm. It's just maybe, again, South Webster throughout the year probably hasn't played very many people that have played at this pace or tempo, and sometimes there's just an adjustment period. It may not show up here with them down 22-15 in the first set, but let's see if they can come out of the timeout and maybe just get a couple things going that could carry over into the second and third set.
The Jeeps forced to a 5th set only 2 times on the season. The first time around with Adina, and then a little bit later in the season against Notre Dame, victorious in both. Nicola to serve. Kessler at the net, down the lane, Claxton drops it in.
Great organization out of the timeout. They get a pass on target, which obviously opens up the offense, and they get a little fake action in the middle to freeze the block, then score the point.
Sichna on the second touch, a back row attack from Launder is into the net. Back to South Webster, down by 5.
Great opportunity for South Webster here. 22-15, not looking good in the first set. Now all of a sudden 22-17. See if they could push back and put a little pressure on the Colts.
Sichna, far side. Taylor Sichna sticks it in.
Yeah, Taylor was really impressive. Had a chance to see her out in the lobby the other night. A long, lanky athlete. Really gets that extension, hits that high point. Super player.
Addison Sichna serves it away. Up by 6. Crum unable to connect. Set point for the Colts. Just out of the reach for the junior. Claxton back setting, far side. Schubert unable to connect. 25-17, Meadowbrook claims the first. We'll step aside. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week, presented by Willie & Son Trucking, each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at OhioHealth.
25-17 in set number 1. The Colts out in front 1-0. An impressive first set win for Meadowbrook.
It really was. Tempo. That's what I keep going back to. The other night in the first set with Nelsonville, you could tell Meadowbrook wanted to play that way, but they were way out of system. I thought they had some nerves. Didn't see any sign of that today. They were right from the start. Had a few service errors, but I thought they were service errors that were a result of trying to be aggressive. And man, they really locked in and played. Sichna really shared the ball up and down the net. And yeah, you're right, just a real complete. They ended up taking off there in the first set. I think it was tied 13-13, and then they really went from there and controlled the second part of that.
But the beauty of volleyball is the fact that you're able to take it set by set. That's something we've gone back to. The score resets to 0. clean slate for South Webster coming into set 2.
I talk about it all the time, and I always try to use some different types of sports analogies. You know, the best way to say it is if you go out and you have a turnover in football and you're down 14-0 at the end of the first quarter, you're down 14-0, where in volleyball you can just get absolutely hammered in the first set, and they're going to start that thing over at 0-0, and then they're going to do it again, and they're going to do it again. So the runs in volleyball are within that one set. They don't have to impact set to set. Certainly the momentum can. Whereas in basketball, football, sports like that, the game itself kind of carries over all the way through. You know,
you're down 14 in the first quarter. You're down 14 in the second quarter.
Doesn't it feel just like an uphill battle all the way through? Where if you're South Webster, you can really refocus here. You've been here before. You know, you obviously have a ton of experience to draw on, and I'm sure they will. Every time I've watched them this year, they've had a great response.
Once again, the winner of this afternoon's regional final will move on to the state semifinal next Thursday at noon, that being played at the Nutter Center at Wright State University. They'll play the winner of Archbishop McNicholas and Cincinnati Country Day, who I believe are actually playing right now, so we could potentially have the winner of that game throughout this matchup here this afternoon. Launder gets us going here in set 2. This one out of bounds to the left side, right back to the Jeeps, 1-0.
Well, again, not the way you want to start with the service error there, but South Webster, I'm sure, will take it, and they'll go back and try to get off to a good start here.
Sichna, far side, Launder gets it to go.
Such a beautiful facility here. We get as good a seat as you can have right on the 50-yard line looking down over, and it's just so fun to watch Meadowbrook and the pace they play with, how all three hitters go and get ready. It really does put a lot of pressure on the block in terms of the guesswork.
Taylor Sichna serves it away, gets the ace. Meadowbrook by 1, 2-1. Claxon, near side, Zimmerman, yes.
That's an underrated set there. The strength in her upper body to push that ball all the way across court. So many times you don't see setters get enough legs. She almost just has it in the upper body, the ability to push that ball all the way out there.
Far side, this is Stoney, off the net, drops it in. 3-2 Meadowbrook.
Yeah, first ball over, Stoney, usually the middle hitter, gets a chance to swing on the outside. Gets a pretty open net opportunity and gets killed.
Black at the service line for the Colts, grabs the ace. Has been dominant throughout the regional tournament from the service line. That not changing here in the final.
Yeah, this is a big-time situation for South Webster to get her off the line.
Claxon setting down the middle, Rayner, yes! Just does drop it in near side.
Nice play from Rayner, and again, the reason that's so significant is just getting Black off the line, because we watched what she can do, and she gets it going 4, 5, 6 in a row.
Zimmerman back to the line for the Jeeps. Sichna back setting for Launder. Won't go. Claxon over on the second touch. Off the mark near side. 5-3, back up to 2 for Meadowbrook.
Great job from Nicola there, following that ball all the way to the line and letting it fall.
That sends Carly Launder back to the service line for the Colts. Claxon, back setting, Smith. Off the line, she'll get the kill. Miscommunication between Carly Launder and Avery Black allows the ball off of the left hand of Marin Smith to sneak in.
Yeah, I don't know if Smith caught that perfectly, and sometimes the slight mishit confuses the defender more than just hammering away on the line they anticipate.
Kessler serves it away for the Jeeps at the net. Sichna over with the right hand, yes! Crafty play by the sophomore, pushes the lead back up to 2.
Nice job there from the setter, using the opportunity to be setting out of the front row, able to go up there on the tight pass and play it over.
Kessler near side to Claxton, down the line, just does sneak it in. A little bit off the net, doesn't matter.
Yeah, once the block is laid on the outside, you can guess it's going to get tooled. You got to get there earlier and get the hands set.
6-5 Meadowbrook. Sichna, far side. Sichna with authority pushes it back up to 2.
Well, again, we have the perfect view from where we're sitting. That ball's playing out there a little bit more of a low shoot set, and right now it's just a second faster than South Webster can play defensively.
Claxton called for a violation. Don't see that too often, Shane. 8-5.
You do not. And again, the deeper you go into the tournament, you'll see the tighter officiating.
Down the lane, Crum, yes, with the left hand.
South Webster saying we can also play low and fast. Nice little jump set with the short set there and coming at him quick. And that time it was Meadowbrook with the late block.
Colton back, serves it away. Trailing by 2, Sichna sets it up for Taylor Sichna. She pounds it home, 9-6.
I was talking about the depth of the roster, dude. Like a lot of times early throughout the year, when you watch a lot of pretty good volleyball teams, you can always highlight in your scouting report 1, maybe 2 hitters. Here, these particular teams are constantly getting 3 hitters on the attack, and it's really hard for the block to guess.
Claxton, near side for Zimmerman. She pokes it over with the right hand. Colts keep it going. Off the net, Launder a roll shot. Back to the Jeeps now. Zimmerman with the right hand, blocked by Black. Claxton over on the second touch. Colts keep it going. Launder running out of space, just does get it back over. A free ball down the lane. Crum, yes. 9-7.
South Webster felt like they missed a double hit there on the Meadowbrook. All for naught, as South Webster still earns the point with the swing.
Sichna sets up Launder. Overpass by Claxton on the dig. Sichna right back to Launder. This time blocked at the net. Just does get over. Tightrope action. Claxton back over to the Colts. Off the net. Black. Yes!
Good dig from Claxton, even on the overpass. Just keep ball off the floor. But that was a clever set, clever angle. Sichna to Black there. Over here on the near side.
10-7 lead for the Colts. Sichna serves it away. Free ball over from Addie Claxton. Sichna, far side, Launder, yes!
The set and the hit will make the highlight film, but again, that's all a result of a serve receive on the other side. You start free balling at this level, and you're going to have an attack coming back at you that's going to be fast and very efficient.
Claxton back setting for Crum. Kept alive, a nice play by Launder. Back over by Launder on the roll shot. Claxton setting up Zimmerman. Near side, a nice dig from Sichna. Launder out of rhythm over on the roll shot. Claxton keeps it on the Jeep side. Smith tips it over. A nice diving play by Sichna. Another roll shot from Launder. This one is out of bounds to the left side.
Well, even though the point's a result of an error, that was some high-level volleyball. You watch both setters make some nice plays tight to the net. 2 super defensive plays back here for Meadowbrook, but again, South Webster gets the point with the error.
11-8 Colts. Sichna sets up Stoney. Her kill attempt is into the net. Lead is down to 2, 11-9 Meadowbrook. Off the net, Launder back over to the Jeeps. Claxton setting up Smith, left hand, dig from Sichna. Launder once again, another roll shot back over to South Webster. Down the lane, Raynard kept alive by the Colts now. They go on the attack. Black down the line, gets the kill.
Back-to-back ball. Sitchna was forced from her setter defensive position to take. Libero steps in, does a nice job popping that one up and giving Black a swing opportunity.
Black serves it away for the Colts, up by 3. 12-9, back set, Smith. A little bit out of rhythm, back over with the left hand. Sitchna six it in on the second touch. Far side.
Perfect example of what I was talking about earlier. The serve receive was fine. You're big time at setter. She's going to make a play for you. Hitters have got to go get ready to hit.
Claxon down the lane. Raynard, yes. Just catches the back right corner. 13-10.
Yeah, I like Raynard more every time I watch her. Just a junior, really athletic. Like how she plays the middle.
Zimmerman serves down by 3. Sitchna back setting for Launder. Claxon with the dig. Claxon attacks off the net. Off the hands of Avery Black. She gets the kill, 13-11.
Well, Bella Claxon shows you a little bit of that skill set we talked about the other night, making a nice defensive play and then went in swinging from the back row as well. I think we referenced the basketball stat sheet stuffer. She's that volleyball version of that.
Sitchna sets up Launder. Her kill attempt is too strong, 13-12. Lead beginning to dwindle for the Colts. Zimmerman serves it away. Sitchna setting for Stoney, over with the right hand. Tapped back over by Schubert. Now Stoney, big right hand. She gets the kill.
Good hustle from the Jeeps there, just unable to pop it up enough to free ball back over. The rotation where Sitchin's here in the front row, you only have the 2 options, but you'll see Meadowbrook use some different action.
Carly Launder with the kill, lead back up to 3. Timeout, South Webster.
Well, this is right about the time in the first set that Meadowbrook ended up taking off. In the first set, it was 13-13, which was about the 5th or 6th time the thing had been tied at that point, and Meadowbrook just ended up taking the set over. This time it's 13-10 Meadowbrook. They were able to get it back to 13-12, but then now Meadowbrook back-to-back points, 15-12. I'm sure South Webster doesn't want to see this thing get away like it did in the first set. Pretty good timeout there.
If you didn't get a chance to tune in on Thursday, both of these teams advancing to the regional final in 4. Meadowbrook 3-1 over Nelsonville York. South Webster 3-1 over Adena. Both after dropping the first set of their respective matches. Launder serves it away, up 15-12. Claxon back setting for Smith. Far side attack, a nice dig by Black. Blocked back by Raynard. Now Norman on the attack, blocked by Raynard once again. Back to the Colts off the net. Stoney a roll shot. Jeeps now on the attack. Down the line, Schubert blocked back by Stoney. Schubert another go, this time with the right hand. Sitchna to Norman, blocked. Back to the Colts, over on the free ball. A nice play by Meadowbrook. Raynard cannot get the kill. A nice play by Avery Black. Back over by Marin Smith. Down the lane by Stoney. Claxon back over, blocked at the net by Stoney. Zimmerman gets it over to the Colts on the free ball. Sitchna sets it up, down the lane. Stoney blocked back. Called for a net violation. Gives the point to South Webster. What a rally.
There you just become a fan. Like if you love high school volleyball, you just love the rally there. I mean, that's just some incredible volleyball back and forth. South Webster putting on a defensive clinic at the net in terms of blocks in play, but to the credit of the Meadowbrook coverage, they were able to keep the ball off the floor and play on, and now they've got a disagreement. I guess with the rally last 90 seconds, you're going to probably have some points to worry about it. I think we had a Meadowbrook fan not very happy with the outcome there.
Kessler in for Smith. She'll head back to the service line, trailing by 2.
Atmosphere starting to pick up here a little bit.
Sichna setting for Stoney down the lane, blocked at the net by Raynard. Sichna back over to the Jeeps now. Claxon off the net, sent right back. Down the line, Schubert just does tip it over with the right hand. Norman make that Launder. Claxon off the net once again, sticks it in. Lead back down to 1.
Again, Meadowbrook not happy that first contact, but again, that first contact over anymore in today's volleyball. They'll pretty much let you do whatever with it. And that was a break there for South Webster.
Serve from Kessler is too strong. Lead is back up to 2. Although the scoreboard in the gymnasium showing 15-15, I believe it should be 16-14.
Yes.
Sichna, a nice set. Norman down the line. Can't get it over. Back to the Colts now. Off the net, Launder. She gets the kill.
I don't love falling in love with the back row attack, but again, sometimes it's just what's available in terms of where the pass takes you. And again, Meadowbrook utilizing it quite well.
17-14. Claxon on the attack. She gets the kill.
Big time swing there. Certainly want to give your best player every opportunity to swing as you get deeper into this set.
Sichna, far side for Sichna. She gets the kill. Back up to 3.
It's funny to see the reaction of the players. I think what happens with high-level teams like this is they're so used to certain actions resulting in a point, but the opponent on the other side able to keep the ball off the floor.
Claxon, Crum with the kill. 18-16.
Each time South Webster's been close in this set, they followed it up with a service there. Let's see if they can hit a good serve here.
Colton Bach down by 2. You called it. Back to the Colts, 19-16.
Again, fine line between serving tough and then serving sloppy, and you've just got to be able to hit your spots, especially as you get deeper into the set.
Claxon tight to the net, over on the second touch. A nice play by Nicola. Launder back over on the roll shot. Claxon setting it up for Crum, sent back over by the Colts. Now Zimmerman, she'll give it a go, gets it over the net and drops it in. Back down to 2.
Give a lot of credit to Addie Claxon there on the coverage. So again, when we're talking about coverage, if you're not familiar, when that block goes up and they block and your hitter's attacking and they block it back in play, you'll see her do a good job of getting down under that block and popping it up.
Sichna sets it up for Launder. She'll get the kill. The Colts the first to 20.
All result is the block being about a half second late. You just got to, again, at that tempo, you got to just pick your pace up a little bit to match it.
Taylor Sichna serves it away. Claxon tight to the net. Zimmerman blocked back over by Stoney. What a play by the junior. Timeout, South Webster.
A lot of times, when we're talking about playing faster, it's not necessarily playing harder. The effort's there on both sides. What happens is in any sport, as your competition goes up, a lot of times that tempo goes up in any sport. And I think that's on display here. As the team starts to come at you a little half count faster than you're used to, the defense has just got to react a little bit more. And right now you're seeing the block just about a half second late in many situations at the net. Some young Colts getting the crowd fired up down here.
Looks like over at South Webster we have Batman hanging out with the Jeep.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse Dewey if he loses concentration today. He's starstruck from the Jeep in attendance.
It's great. Claxon a roll shot back over to the Colts. Stoney on the second touch to Launder. She gets it back over to South Webster. Claxon to Bella Claxon off the net. A nice play by Black to keep it alive. Back over by Launder on the free ball. Claxon to Crum. Colts keep it going. Launder, far side, sticks it in.
Meadowbrook's got a lot of that Patrick Mahomes. When the play breaks down, he just starts running around. You're like, what's he going to do next? They got a little bit of that ability. Even when the play breaks down or it's not maybe the way you draw it up, they just keep playing. And they have great chemistry together.
Serve from Sichna is wayward to the right side. Back down to 4, 22-18, Meadowbrook.
Big serve here for the Jeeps.
Sichna setting it up for Stoney. Gets the kill.
Can't say enough how Meadowbrook carries out the fake. A lot of times you'll get a hitter that just kind of goes, but you don't believe it. You truly believe that every hitter is going with the intention of attacking.
Black back to the service line for Meadowbrook. Off the net, Zimmerman a roll shot back over to the Colts. Sichna down the lane. Stoney kept alive by Claxon. Claxon now off the net, back over to the Colts. Nicola over on the free ball overpass. Down the lane, Raynard. Sent back over to the Jeeps. Claxon back setting. Smith with the left hand. Yes. Zimmerman back to the line for the Jeeps. Down by 4, Launder. Set point coming up for Meadowbrook. 24-19.
Yeah, they sent Stoney first to freeze the block. Launder comes in from behind, and here Meadowbrook with a great opportunity to go up 2-0 in the match.
Launder serves it away. Claxon to Raynard. She keeps the Jeeps alive. Their first time reaching 20 today.
Well, it's a 1 point of a time situation. You survive one set point here, and you need to do it 4 more times to tie it up.
Kessler serves it away, down by 4. Sichna to Norman. Kept alive by Claxon. Kessler to Claxon down the line. Off the tip by Meadowbrook. Jeeps get the point. Coach Zinder asking, was there a touch? Officials say yes. 24-21, here's Kessler. Sichna back to the middle of the floor. Launder over on the roll shot. Now Claxon to Bella Claxon. Too strong. Colts up 2-0. Headed into set 3. 25-21 is the final in set 2. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth.
There's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Par Mar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Par Mar has it. Download the Par Mar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Par Mar rewards card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
This presentation of high school sports on Southern Ohio Sports Authority is brought to you in part by your local McDonald's. McDonald's proudly supports all area athletes again this season. Visit your local McDonald's in Chillicothe, Circleville, Greenfield, and Waverly, and be sure to check out SOSA's newly relaunched podcast, Overtime, presented by McDonald's.
Back-to-back set wins for the Meadowbrook Colts has them out in front 2-0 as we head into what could potentially be the final set of the match here.
Yeah, you know, Final Four that close to you, you got to make sure you stay in the moment here if you're Meadowbrook, and you're up 2-0, but you're facing a team at 26-0, so the last thing they're going to do is quit. I think you highlighted earlier they've been in this situation one time down 2-0. Now, the other time they went 5. I don't know that they were down 2. I think they might have even been up 2-0 in that match, if I'm not mistaken. But again, the experience of playing a couple of those long matches, and not just this year, but really throughout your career. So, as we highlighted before, each set of volleyball seems to be its own animal, and we'll see if South Webster can't settle here and get off to a good start. The start has not been much of the problem in both sets, Dewey. It's been right around that 13-12 stage where Meadowbrook starts to take off and go. The other thing the ball control's been able to do, they've been able to utilize the ball control to keep the ball away from Addie Claxton. You know, it's just like you know, if you roll coverage to a big-time wide receiver, or you try to send help at a basketball score, one way to neutralize the libero is stop hitting it to her, you know what I mean? But to do that, you've got to serve well, and then in your hitting attack, you got to be able to pick your spots and go. So that'll be something to really watch. Both teams defensively have been outstanding. Just a little breakdown in the serve receive in both sets have really been the difference in the match.
Colton Bach gets us rolling here in set number 3. Sichna down the lane for Taylor. Sichna, nice dig by Kessler. Now down the line, Zimmerman nearly gets the Jeeps on the board. The Colts keep it alive off the net. Black back over for the Colts. Crum, left hand, yes.
Great point from Bella Claxton there. Again, her ability to set from wherever. And again, no matter where the pass is at, trust that she's going to go get it and get yourself ready to hit. That time it results in a kill.
Sichna back setting for Taylor. Sichna, a bit of sidearm action there. Gets it back over to the Jeeps. Now Claxton on the attack. Yes.
Great chemistry between the Claxtons there. That time Addie had to step in and take the second ball. She pops it up and Bella swings away. Just what the doctor ordered here for the Jeeps is just getting off to a little bit of a start where they get to play out in front.
Sichna back setting down the line. That's Norman. Jeeps keep it alive. This one just does stick in. A nice play for South Webster out in front 3-0.
Big time defensive play from Addie Claxton, keeps the point alive, and then we've highlighted it over the entire tournament trail. Zimmerman, a really clever shot maker, pushes it all the way to the back corner.
Serve from Colton Bach up by 3. Sichna down the lane, gets the Colts on the board.
Again, same old, 3 hitters going strong. South Webster block, kind of guessing, and then ending up being late.
Wander serves it away. Off the mark to the left side, 4-1.
As expected, a little bit more urgency from the Jeeps here to get off to a good start. And at 4-1, they've been able to do that.
Bella Claxon back to the line, too tight to the net. Right back to Meadowbrook, 4-2. Sichna back to serve. Claxon back setting, Crum down the line, a nice play by Launder. Sichna right back to Launder. Jeeps keep it going, down the lane, Crum with the left hand. Lead is back up to 3 for South Webster.
Again, as we talked about, defense has been really good on both sides. That's led to some of the long rallies, and again, the clever lefty for South Webster able to find a spot.
Sichna to Stoney. Claxon keeps it alive, back setting, Smith. Nice play by Avery Black off the net, Launder a roll shot. Raynard with the kill.
2 more digs for Ida Claxon in that sequence, and then Raynard able to tool the block. 6-2. Jeeps trying to gain some momentum.
6-2 Jeeps, far side, Stoney on the attempt. Jeeps keep it alive, Claxon on the second touch, near side, back over by Zimmerman. Sichna set to Stoney, tips it over with the right hand, yes!
It's been a very efficient day for Stoney in the middle.
Way off the net, Zimmerman a roll shot back over to Meadowbrook. Sichna, far side, Launder, big swing, too strong. 7-3 the lead now for South Webster. Texas coming up big for my parlay, Shane.
Is that right?
Makes a 4th down stand on the 4-yard line. Big win at home over number 22, Kansas State.
Wow.
Sichna, far side for Stoney, a roll shot back over to the Jeeps. Jeeps called for a violation. Back over to Meadowbrook, 7-4.
I think that's where one of the, maybe that was the Fox Big Noon was today. I think the game day was down in Alabama.
Yep. Be hard to pass up a trip to Tuscaloosa. That is if you have a brain. Zimmerman back over for the Jeeps. Sichna right back to South Webster. Claxon to Bella Claxon. Off the net, big swing. Can't get it to go. 7-5.
Yeah, you'll see them use that back row attack sometimes when the ball's loose off the net. That time the spot was there, just a little long, a little wide.
Claxon to Schubert, kept alive by the Colts. Now Norman with the right hand down the line. Nice dig from Zimmerman. Norman now to Smith, right back to the Jeeps. Off the net, Claxon, right to Avery Black. Sichna setting up Stoney with a big swing. South Webster now on the attack. Raynard, left hand. What a play by Launder. She just isn't able to keep it between the lines. 8-5.
Again, great example. We've watched this like 5, 6, 7 times today where even when they're unable to get it back over, that extra 1 or 2 touches that keeps the ball off the floor just shows you the defensive ability of these two teams.
Kessler back to serve, up by 3. Sichna setting it up for Stoney with the kill. 8-6.
Highlighted a second ago, been real impressed with Stoney out of the middle. Very efficient. Doesn't quite get as many swings as some of her teammates, but certainly makes the most of the ones that she does get the opportunity.
That sends the libero back to the line. Now South Webster on the attack. A big swing from Claxon. Nice dig from Nicola. Now Norman, far side. Jeeps called for a violation. 8-7.
The double block was there. One of the few times Meadowbrook didn't have 2 to 3 options at the net, but South Webster gets caught in the net.
Kessler, back set to Raynard. She gets it to go.
Things got bunched on that side over there, but South Webster organized well, and then Raynard utilizing the tip right up over top of the block.
Tight serve from Raynard. Sichna, far side to Taylor Sichna. It will not go. Off the net now, Claxon. No. 9-8.
Love how low Meadowbrook passes the ball on target. It just allows you to play so fast.
Claxon setting for, that's Mia Crum on the kill. Jeeps the first to double digits in set 3.
Yeah, that's the one area I do think the lefty matters over the righty. You know, it's one of those things when they're moving up and down the net and they're coming to some different spots. That's where your scouting report and your awareness have to be spot on. And you got to be able to get on that other shoulder to set that block properly. That time it was able to tool the block.
Sichna sets it up. Taylor Sichna with the kill. Lead back down to 1 for South Webster.
Yeah, she's just too good to have an empty net. There has to be some sort of resistance. But again, because of the tempo, the block nowhere to be found.
Claxon, back setting, Crum, left hand. It will not fall. Colts now, Launder, no. Sent back by the Jeeps. 11-9.
Nice job defensively at the net. That time, they were there the time before, but before, remember, they got caught in the net. That time, they're able to extend the hands cleanly out over the net and block for the point.
Bella Claxon back to the service line. Colts out of rhythm, tipped back over by Smith on the first touch, back over by Sichna on the second. Jeeps now on the attack. Claxon off the net, blocked right back by Sichna. Near side, Zimmerman, yes! 12-9, South Webster.
That's her bread and butter, likes to hit it hard down the line. Now, again, she'll show off 2 or 3 different types of shots, but when available, she really likes to hit that line down that back corner.
Bella Claxon with the ace. Nobody home for Meadowbrook. 13-9.
One of the rare miscommunication. That's one of the things with Meadowbrook that's really impressed me this week is their chemistry and the way they play with each other.
Sichna, back setting, Taylor Sichna down the line. Now Zimmerman for South Webster, a roll shot back over to the Colts. Launder off the net, big right-handed swing. Nobody home for the second touch for South Webster. Miscommunication between the Claxon sisters.
It was. What happened was Zimmerman on the diving effort popped it up. They expected the setter to come get the second ball, but she was stuck. As a result, the ball hit the floor.
Claxon back setting, Crum down the line, a nice dig by Launder. Now Launder tight to the net, tips it over with the right hand. Diving Addie Claxon keeps it going for the Jeeps. Launder, far side, another dig for Claxon. Back setting, Smith, left hand, won't go. Black, down the line with the kill. 13-11, South Webster.
Great sequence from Addie Claxton to keep 2 volleys alive, but then they're able to come fast, use the backside attack where Black has had a lot of success this week. She gets the kill.
Taylor Sichna to the service line for Meadowbrook. Claxon over on the second touch. Sichna setting up Launder. Blocked back by the Jeeps. Actually, I don't believe there was a touch off the net chain. 14-11.
Great effort over there in front of the Meadowbrook bench. Love to see that.
Addie Claxon to the line for South Webster. Too tight to the net. Lead back down to 2, 14-12. Right back to Meadowbrook. That sends Avery Black to the line. Been one of the more effective servers we've seen in the regional tournament. Raynard over on the free ball, nearly does stick it in. Sichna over on the second touch. Launder, a big swing. Down to 1.
Big time in the set right here, because this is right around the time where Meadowbrook has been able to take off. South Webster was up 14-11. They have the service error, and then you have someone like Black back on the line. The last thing you want to see if you're South Webster is her get it going.
Claxon setting near side. Zimmerman gets the kill.
Yeah, that time Zimmerman comes out wider on the approach, which opens up the cross court, and again she hammers away. That was a much-needed kill to get Black off the line and to get South Webster back up 2.
15-13, nobody home for the second touch off the serve received by Launder. Timeout, Meadowbrook.
Yeah, South Webster back up 3. Their biggest lead was back at 6-2 and 7-3. So the opportunity here at 16-13, this is the deepest in a set, Dewey, that they've led today. Because remember, as I highlighted, this is right around time Meadowbrook started to take off. So maybe South Webster's turn to maybe try to grab a hold. Again, I like the timeout from Meadowbrook there to see if you can't stop the momentum a little bit.
16-13 in set number 3, a 2-0 lead for Meadowbrook, winning the first 2 sets, 25-17, 25-21.
Let me ask you this, and maybe I'm looking too far into this. Do you think the soccer volleyball overlap hurt South Webster a little bit? We've watched them, the way the girls in some of their student section and things like that, even in the pregame of Interact, it was like kind of like a last-minute spark for them as the match started. Maybe I'm looking too far into that. Just it had a different feel than it did the other night.
Zimmerman serves it away out of the timeout. Sichna, far side. Stoney gets the kill off the tip. 16-14.
Yeah, Stoney gets a chance to swing on the outside that first ball over before coming into her normal middle spot, and she gets another kill. It's been a nice day for her.
Carly Launder back to the line. Tied to the net, Smith. Jeeps calling for a net violation, 16-15. Another serve for Carly Launder. Smith down the line, blocked at the net. It stays in bounds, tied up at 16. Timeout, South Webster. A 3-0 run for the Colts coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that timeout as well, because you couldn't draw it up for your Meadowbrook any better than that. You come out and you respond right back to 16 all, and you put the pressure right back on South Webster, because they're the ones down 2-0 in the match. They're in the must-win situation. Yeah, I know we got cut off by that a little bit, but the point I was making just seemed like some of the atmosphere stuff was a little bit different today, and I just didn't know if energy-wise, if you thought that has impacted things a little bit.
All I know is we have the Jeep in attendance. I think that's the biggest.
So you're saying if the Jeep's in attendance and that doesn't fire you up, then you just don't know
right.
mascots?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Claxon out of the timeout, setting for Raynard. Colts keep it alive. Sichna back over for the Colts. Down the lane, Claxon back over to Meadowbrook. Far side attack, Norman sent back to the Colts. Blocked at the net by Smith. Near side, Schubert. Can't drop it in. Roll shot back over by Katie Stoney. Down the lane, Raynard. Can't stick it in. A 4-0 run for Meadowbrook. It raises a 3-point deficit, now leading by 1, 17-16.
Unfortunate, because that was some of South Webster's best net defense of the day.
Smith, left hand, won't go. 18-16, Meadowbrook. Claxon setting for Schubert. She's blocked at the net. Back to the Jeeps. Ball still in play off the net. Zimmerman back over. Down the lane. Stoney blocked. Can't get it back over the net. Solid defense by Michaela Raynard.
Well, it stops a 5-0 run for the moment. Still down by 1.
Sydney Kessler back to the line. Overpass by Black on the serve receive. Kessler near side. Claxon, we are tied. 18 apiece.
Yeah, one of the real rare miscues in the serve receive for Meadowbrook here throughout the day. Basically served as a free ball, and South Webster takes advantage on the attack.
Tied up at 18, Kessler serves it away. Norman tips over. She drops it in. High IQ play by the freshman.
Yeah, it really was, and just way too deep in the defense there. The double block was set, so you have to trust that the only thing that's coming in that line is going to be the tip over top of the block.
Nicola serves it away, up by 1. Kessler setting for Claxon, down the lane. Black right there for the dig. Sichna sets it up for Taylor Sichna. She gets the kill for the 3rd consecutive set. The Colts the first to 20.
She's so good at coming to her setter, she's almost impossible in the one-on-one block situation because of the angle she creates.
Kessler, near side for Claxon, a bit off the net. Colts keep it alive. Norman, big swing, sent back. It's out of bounds. 21-18, Meadowbrook, timeout, South Webster.
Well, again, you go back to, 16-13, and now you find yourself down 21-18. It just happens that quick. And Meadowbrook comes at you with pace and comes at you with a lot of different names. You've been saying Sichna and Stoney all day, and then all of a sudden here in the last 2 or 3 points, the freshman comes alive, right?
Winner will move on to the Final Four, where they'll play the winner of Archbishop McNicholas and Cincinnati Country Day. Hushane are in a 5th set right now.
Oh, wow.
Coming down to the wire on the other side.
I was just down at Country Day last night watching a little football. Payne Valley played a really good football game. Country Day hit 4 field goals, which in high school football, 42-yarder was one of them.
Claxon back over with the right hand, down by 3. Sichna down the lane, gets the kill. Colts by 4.
Meadowbrook crowd has been outstanding today, and you can kind of just feel it over on this side. They're starting to sense it a little bit.
Kessler back to the middle of the floor, near side. Claxon back over to the Colts. Norman down the line, off the tip. Gets the kill. 23-18 Meadowbrook.
How about the rookie? You know, the Norman coming alive here with a trip to the Final Four on the line.
Closing in on a trip to Wright State next week. Claxon, big swing down the line. Can't get it to go. Norman, another swing, this time sent back to the Colts.
Oh, that was a double.
Violation on Meadowbrook, handed back to South Webster, down by 4.
Still a chance for South Webster. You got to stay with it here.
Raynard serves it away. Sichna to Taylor Sichna, far side into the net. The Jeeps to 20, down by 3. Raynard right back to the service line.
Nice deep serve from Raynard. Had Meadowbrook out of attack there. Calls the air. And again, just 1 point at a time. South Webster's got to go right now.
23-20. Strong serve from Raynard. Match point. And a trip to the Final Four on the line here at the Jim Myers Gymnasium. Addison Sichna back to serve. Claxon. Jeeps back over on the free ball from Schubert. Down the lane, Sichna gets the kill, and that'll do it. The Colts are moving on.
Fitting that it would end on a play like that where The ball comes back over. Meadowbrook goes quick. Big action in the middle there, and I can't say enough about this Meadowbrook squad. Great chemistry, outstanding depth, very, very complete. Congratulations to the Colts.
For the second consecutive season, Meadowbrook takes down South Webster in straight sets in the regional tournament. They'll head back to the Final Four where they'll face either Archbishop McNicholas or Cincinnati Country Day next Thursday at Wright State at noon. 25-17, 25-21, and 25-20 to take the regional in straight sets.
All three sets, even in a straight set win, all three sets very, very competitive throughout the first half. And then right there in the middle part of the set, as great teams do, Meadowbrook takes off and grabs control. And very, very impressive.
To the South Webster Jeeps.
McNicholas currently leading Cincinnati Country Day 9-3 in set 5.
Addison Claxton. Rhea Schubert.
Check that. Been saying Cincinnati Country Day all afternoon, Summit Country Day.
Oh, Summit. Okay.
Been reading it wrong all day. But nonetheless, Archbishop McNicholas out in front 9-3.
These particular awards, as I was saying, come from the OHSA level. Remember, throughout the Southeast District and throughout the East District, they take care of it through the district action, and then obviously at the OHSAA level here, they go through the regional and the state. I know this is a busy time of year for the OHSAA. We've mentioned all the soccer going on, cross country. Had the kids up running today.
Yeah, I believe a kid from Fairfield Union won the state.
Oh, wow.
In cross country. That would be Division II, I believe, for Fairfield Union. If I remember, I think John told me he won by like 21 seconds.
Oh,
and it was a convincing win.
Yeah.
Falcons have had quite the fall sports season.
Well, so you balance all those different sports we're talking about, and then I know last Friday night the girls started basketball practice. Last night the boys started basketball practice. So
just around the corner.
It's all going. It's all going.
To quote the great Eric Cox, the fall sports season, at least from a football perspective, is the fastest 10 weeks of the year.
I'd say there's some basketball coaches that disagree with it. Well, in all seriousness, with the new expansion, now it's basically 11 weeks for just about everybody. And
go 5-5, and even some cases, Shady Side, I believe, snuck in as a 15 seed. I know they're not in our coverage area, but they were 2-8 and made the playoffs. Now, strength of schedule obviously plays a role in that.
Jeff Wheeler from Meadowbrook High School, please come forward.
This Meadowbrook team plays a style of volleyball that will travel. In football, a lot of times we'll talk about, teams that run the ball, stop the run, things like that. This Meadowbrook team, because they serve it well, because they receive it well, and they play with such tempo, even if they do run into size at the state level, they play a style of volleyball that will offset that. This is a team that is certainly Final Four prepared and Final Four ready. So now Meadowbrook getting their individual medal again from the OHSA for the regional championship.
Still awaiting the official final from Archbishop McNicholas and Summit Country Day. Last update was 9-3 McNicholas, so just basing it off of that, it appears Meadowbrook will have Archbishop McNicholas in the state semifinal, but that score is still to come.
You know what's impressive about the Meadowbrook program is you mentioned the kids who had graduated, and then it's that reload. You know what I mean? The good programs, there's no rebuild about it. They just reload. They punch and play. And you look down through this roster, that same thing could be said going into next year, couldn't it?
Well, when you have a player like Nat Norman and even the younger Launder's sister and even Addison Sitchna, three underclassmen that are getting a lot of playing time, could look to lead this team next year as well.
Well, with the 5-1 setter, I'm telling you, this Addison Sitchna, she's special. She's a good player, the sophomore setter. So, yeah. Then you look over on the South Webster side, we definitely need to talk about what special impact they've left on South Webster High School. We highlighted in the opening that winning culture, boys, girls, all the way across. Certainly they should be extremely proud of what they've accomplished representing the Jeeps.
I believe 2 losses in the last 2 seasons, both coming at the hands of Meadowbrook.
Well, and there's certainly no shame in that because we've watched this program and they play a high level of volleyball. But again, highlight the senior effort there with Smith and Zimmerman and Claxton. They have done a lot of winning and still have some other sports to play, I know, coming up. But again, there's another roster, Dewey, where I look at the sheet there and I see Crum, a junior, and I see Kessler coming back as a setter as a sophomore, Raynard as a junior, Cottonbach as a junior, Schubert, and then Addie Claxton. I think there's nothing sophomore about her at all. She's outstanding. So they're certainly going to kind of reload and go.
Summit Country Day cuts it down to a 2-point lead, 12-10 in set 3.
That has to be a big-time atmosphere, too, because if I'm not mistaken, they're holding that in a pretty big venue, aren't they?
Well, believe it or not, just based on the pictures, not a whole lot of people in attendance at that game. It is in a big venue, however. It did not look like very many people were in attendance for that one. So
that's disappointing. We take that, John Bruce joining us on the side here, too. We take that for granted, guys, in terms of the Southeast Ohio and the East District. The small schools, man, they support. It's community-based, isn't it? They really support their school.
Like at Eastern last night, small but proud.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I'd love to prolong the broadcast so we could have a final from that game, but I don't believe we will be able to because who knows, that could even go into an extended 5th set. So for Meadowbrook, going to have to hang around, check out I believe that was the Archbishop McNicholas Athletic Department Twitter account. They were giving updates for the game. So if you're curious who you're going to have next Thursday at noon, be sure to check there because that's where you will find the matchup. But for the fall sports season here on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, Dewey Daly and Shane Combs signing off one last time from the Jim Myers Gymnasium. You've been watching Ohio High School Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by OhioHealth. What did we, Pete? 393?